Yo, what's up, guys? Why Not Be Reckless, aka Why Not Be Casting. I'm one of the HCS commentators, and I have another HCS Weekly Report for you guys. I'm literally about to go on vacation. That's why I'm actually looking somewhat fresh. Did I give you a little fit check real quick? We got the button-down shirt with the anchors on it. Got the, obviously got the undershirt on. A little bit of bling bling, you know. I'm saying, you already know the vibes. Nah, I'm literally about to walk out the door right after this video. So let's get right into it, and hopefully it's a nice quick one. So literally just yesterday, we actually had an HCS Open event. We actually had the top 8 teams that came over from Sunday to compete, and man, was it crazy. I think it's worth making a video about because literally 4 out of the 6 top teams have made team changes, and it's created a lot of different results that I really want to talk about, starting with SSG pulling off the 3 over Oxygen Esports. Now that really not much of an upset, but if you see that Oxygen Esports actually pulled off the 2-0 versus SSG, I think that was quite impressive. Oxygen Esports, again, only rocking 1 player from that original roster that we saw in Raleigh in Chris Common. No longer are you seeing Name, Haynes, and Swish, and they've been replaced by now Triton, Bohm, and Huss. Bohm, who was actually competing under Built by Gamers. Really surprised to see him on here. Meanwhile, Space Station Gaming rocking the same exact roster that we've seen last week. Ace, Suppressed, Collect, and Tylenol. Really excited that SSG pulled off the 3-0 in that. You know, it's if SSG want to get to that next level, if they want to prove that they're going to continue to contend in our league, they have to be 3-0ing teams like Oxygen Esports in their path if they want to get to that top 4, top 3, or dare I say make it into a grand finals during a major event. Moving on forward, you have G1 versus G2, the battle of the namesakes. G1, my gosh, have they look absolutely incredible. Squale, Swish, Pre-Devinator, and there. Add emphasis to his name for a reason. Pre-Devinator was absolutely lights out, but we'll talk about that later on. And Boo Boo Dubu, who has fit in this roster like a freaking glove. Oh my gosh, did Boo Boo Dubu look so good on this roster. Going up against G2, which is Gilkey, Sabinator, Straight Sick, and Envor. Recently, G2 was running with Rami, now having Envor joining the mix. Really exciting. Envor is a phenomenal slayer. Recently dropped from Fnatic, which kind of questioned the moves, but they've picked up Rami, who I think is a phenomenal player as well. Envor, he did good on the G2. I obviously got 3-0'd by G1, but let me tell you, G1 were on another level. We're going to talk about that later on in the video. But G2, I think they played lights out despite not getting a game off of G1. I think if this team continues to put in the reps, continues to put in the practice, I think they'll be an absolute nuisance. Keep in mind, with G2, we're actually expecting Barcode to take place in this team. The rumors still are that Barcode is moving from ANZ to North America, and man, would he round out this team very well, which I think Envor does as well. Moving on. Okay, not moving on. Moving on. I done messed that up. Excuse me 1 second. Ain't gonna be no editing with this video. Like I said, I'm literally about to run out the door, so ain't no editing. Moving on, we have G1 pulling off the 3-0 versus Space Station Gaming. This is when we started to realize that G1 are not just a team that looked good with Boo Boo Dubu, but a team that looks great with Boo Boo Dubu. Pre-Devinator again playing absolutely insane. Swish doing his thing as well. Boo Boo Dubu coming in hot when it matters most. I think he dropped 2 killing frenzies in this tournament that we saw on the broadcast. And Squale rounding it out very well. G1 were absolutely deadly to deal with in this tournament. Space Station Gaming. I don't want to say that this 3-0 was indicative of SSG's potential. Number 1, I think they could have played better. But number 2, I think this was more about G1 winning this series and SSG losing. G1 were legitimately playing damn near perfect Halo this entire tournament. It was so impressive to watch. If you guys are trying to take your team game up another level and improve your efficiency, if you already have that skill and you're trying to improve your efficiency, watch G1 throughout this tournament. We're going to talk about them more going forward. Next up in the losers bracket, so we find out that obviously G1 move into the grand finals through the winners bracket. They have that advantage over any team that comes out through the losers. In the lower bracket, G2 3-2 over Built by Gamers. That was a little bit surprising. Built by Gamers just had took Unstoppable, which is that rumored exit roster, to a game 5, even taking G2 to a game 5, and people were sitting there like, oh man, Bone must have went crazy. Well, don't forget, Bone was playing for Oxygen Esports. They actually had their coach Cobb, coach a Neighbor. What year are we in? This is 2007 Neighbor coming out the woodworks. And let me tell you, he had a couple off games, but the games that he had that were amazing, that he was even the top slayer on his squad, were definitely outweighed the couple of bad games that he had. Neighbor, let me tell you, the man still got it. Like my man King J said, the dude still got it. Aperture coming over this team from Torm. We talked about that as well. Mines and Nemesis, former teammate of Ryan Noob. You guys already know the vibes. Mines a phenomenal player. So good that people have accused him of walling. That's how good he is. G2 were able to pull off the win. Like I said, I think G2 looked excellent in this tournament. I think Envor played really well. I think Straight Sick was going absolutely ham. Sab does exactly what we know Sab to do, like the movement, the shot. I've been talking about Sabinator for too long on how he's an underrated player that we have in our league. Just trust your eyeballs. Watch the games. Watch when Sab's on screen and the way he's able to command the map. He's absolutely phenomenal. And then Gilkey, dude, Gilkey with the sniper. Whew. Whew. Gilkey was too good. G2 3-2 over Built by Gamers, excuse me. 3-1 Pioneers over Oxygen Esports. I say it all the time. Pioneers do not play well in best of 3s. They're a best of 5 team. The very team that 2-0'd them in that winners bracket got 3-1 when it matters most on Thursday, or Championship Thursday, if you will. Oxygen Esports looked absolutely incredible with Trian and then bringing Bowman. I don't know too much about Huss, but I definitely want to know more because I thought he played really good. But Pioneers come out with the 3-1 win over them. I don't think there's really much surprise there. I think more people were surprised that Oxygen Esports knocked them into the elimination bracket to begin with. I don't think this is an upset. Then we have G2 3-1 over Pioneers. I think G2 and Pioneers split the difference half the time they match up. I think G2's defense is absolutely phenomenal. When they get into their setups, when they're playing oddball and they get into that subway side setup, good luck breaking them. Not many teams can. Pioneers like to beat you by just being more efficient, by just being faster, upping the tempo, out-rotating you, and just making you always have to clear them out of your base with that over-aggressive offense. G2 are a good matchup against them. This actual matchup is going to be a really good rivalry going on in the future, especially if Envor ends up staying with his team. You know, Envor previously teaming with Taulik and Manny. Straight Sick previously teamed with Druck and Soul Sniper. They got top 6 at DreamHack maybe 2018, maybe 20. I want to say it was 2018. They got top 6 together alongside Druck and Soul Snipe. These two teams know each other. I want to see these two teams going at it in the future. But it's Pioneer. I'm sorry about G2 that 3-1 the Pioneers. If you want to call it the upset, go ahead. I call it splitting the difference. I really do. I think these two teams are evenly matched, playing at their best. I give the slight edge to Pioneers. Slight edge. Eventually, we have Space Station Gaming that pull off the 3-2 win over G2 in the losers bracket finals. This is top 3, make it into the top 2. It went to a game 5. G2 again, that stern, tough defense, that wall that they build were so good during those oddball matches, so good during those strongholds matches. But eventually SSG were able to win back-to-back games, game 4, then send it to a game 5, and in that game 5, they looked good. They really did. This was an amazing matchup. If you guys want twitch.tv/Louis V Titan, go ahead and watch that, because that was a good matchup. What was even better was the grand finals. The scoreboard doesn't give credence to how amazing it was to watch this grand finals. G1 3-0 over Space Station Gaming. 6-0 during that day, because they beat them in the winners finals 3-0 as well. undefeated versus Space Station Gaming, and damn near undefeated in the entire tournament, only dropping one game to, I believe, was Complexity. G1 played damn near perfect Halo. G1, I already loved the org. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I wasn't in love with the team. I liked Swish. I love Pre-Devastator. I did it. But I don't know much. I don't know enough about Pre-Devastator. But I always loved it because the little bit I have watched, I've seen that man is an absolute menace on the map. I didn't know much about Squall A. And I thought Boo Boo Doo was cool, but to be honest, the move really didn't make sense to me at first. But you watched them in action, the eyeball test, dude. G1 are dominant. G1 are the real deal, and G1 are going to be contenders if this is their team going forward. Which the fact that they ran almost undefeated in the Open Series, I don't see why Boo Boo Doo Boo doesn't sign with them. It would have to be some miraculous God squad that pulls him away from G1, because this squad is deadly. And this is going to be, I used to call the Pioneers the ultimate underdog squad. If you're looking for a new underdog, you're looking for a new Dark Horse squad, look at G1 with this roster. G1 only losing one map this entire tournament and showing us how to truly play Halo Infinite as a team. The efficiency that they came with, the tenacity, the aggression, the overall masterclass that they put on display in Halo Infinite is one that you're going to want to watch. Twitch.tv/Louis V Titan. I actually casted this grand finals, and I'm telling you, man, it was amazing. But that's going to be it for your update here. HCS Weekly Report. G1 coming out on top. SSG coming out in second place. And G2 looking very good with Envor. And yeah. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to do this. Like I said, I'm literally about to head out the door right now. But it's always really fun doing these videos. And I'll catch you guys very soon. Peace.